This episode is brought to you by our patrons. Thank you so much for being a patron. And if you're not one and you'd like to become a patron, just jump on over to patreon.com/lunchtimetechtalk. Now, on with our show. Hey, Chad.
Good morning, Vietnam! We've been rewatching The Office.
Okay.
And this was we just watched the episode where Dwight wins Salesman of the Year.
Yeah.
And Jim tries to convince him that the way you give good public speeches is to pound the podium and wave your arms around.
Such a good one. I love The Office. It's so good. There's a select group of people out there that just absolutely hate it, but it is the right humor for me.
Same.
It's so silly. It's so ridiculous.
And like a lot of shows tried to do that breaking the fourth wall thing now, but like for the time, no one had really done it yet. I know The British Office, which I also like The British Office, but it's not 9 seasons long.
Yeah.
But like the little casual glances at the camera and stuff, it's just so well shot.
It was really good. It made you feel like you were actually in an office, like watching what would not really happen in an office. Thank God.
God, thank God.
But the awkwardness of the camera crew being around.
Yeah.
So what'd you do this weekend and the extra day, because we're recording a day late because I took a day off.
I know, you were retired yesterday.
That's great. I like practicing retirement.
Yeah. 2:00 in the afternoon, you hopped on Zwift.
Mm-hmm.
Jerk. No, but literally.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. Literally, I got a notification that Marcus had hopped on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I'm always jealous when Marcus gets on. Because for me, it's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
I know he's just finished a day of work and he's ready for the evening. But like, for me, it's the middle of the day. And I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
And then like 20 minutes later, probably, Run Bike Mike started Zwifting. And I was like, bah!
Yep, I did that.
That one hurts worse. But what did I do? Okay. So for the next several weeks to couple of months, we have a friend staying with us during the weekdays.
Mm-hmm.
He lives out of town. He's a union pipe insulator, and he's got a job in Springfield. So instead of staying in a hotel, he's staying with us. So
nice.
We spent the weekend cleaning the house.
Oh, how'd that go?
It was good. It always feels so much better to be a clean person than a dirty person, but it also requires energy. And keeping twins alive also requires energy. And sometimes, at the end of the day, since energy can neither be created nor destroyed, all the energy has been given to the twins.
Yeah.
There's just nothing left.
Yeah, you used all your battery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But the house is looking pretty good.
Looks good.
Yep.
Nice.
So last night was his first night with us.
Yeah.
Monday night.
No night terrors?
No night terrors.
Okay, thank God.
Yep. So, all's well.
Just hear screaming in your house. What is that? I scream a little bit.
It snowed.
Yeah?
Like a real snow. We got real snow.
Real snow.
Not just like a layer of ice.
Mm-hmm.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
I did not let my kids play in it because they don't have the right weather apparel.
Yeah.
And they're not old enough to buy it for them because they'd wear it once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you deprive your child of a lifelong memory.
Yep. That they won't actually remember.
This is so true. It's like taking your kids to Disney whenever they're like 3.
Right.
They won't remember.
That's just for you, bro.
Yeah, it's just your memories. Usually at that age that your kids are at, it can go one of two ways. Really, really well, or death-curdling screaming.
Right, of everything.
Yeah.
Because they're huge and they don't know what's going on.
I was more talking about the snow.
Oh.
It could be
also
huge.
True. I thought you meant the
Disney
people walking around Disney.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Disney characters can terrify children.
Well, yeah, so last year, Santa, no big deal. This year, blood-curdling screams.
Big deal.
Yeah. Real big deal. The only other thing was the Chiefs game was insane.
Yeah.
And it was super awesome. And
not the first
quarter. Well, really, not the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
After that, everything was fine.
Yeah. The first 5 minutes were just a disaster.
Were rough. By the end of the game, I had my son with giving a pretty convincing sounding "Go Chiefs."
Nice.
It was more like, "Oh, Chiefs."
That's close enough
And I
for
was
me.
like, yeah.
I usually call them the chefs.
Right.
So.
Right. My son, he can actually. So we've been using our Echo Dot enough that he understands like what we're doing, and he can trigger her now.
Nice.
He goes, "Exa," and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But he doesn't say anything after that, so she just turns blue and then turns off, and then I walk over and tell her to play Baby Shark.
But he still
because that's all he wants.
Yeah, that's all I've used it for.
Right.
I mean, I announced that sucker.
You've got 7 across the house, and it just plays Baby Shark
all the time.
All the time.
Dad's home, great.
Dad's home,
Baby Shark.
Baby
time.
Shark.
Well, I went to a volleyball tournament. I drove up
did.
in that snowy, icy weather.
Yeah, you did.
It was sketchy. It took us a while, but we made it safely. And we went to a volleyball tournament for my oldest. She is in club volleyball, and their team won the gold bracket.
Heck yeah, they did.
It was awesome. It's so fun to watch them play because they're so, like... It's not like watching, like, 6 or 7-year-olds play a sport. It's actually feels like what high school sports feels like.
They understand how the game works.
Yes.
They've got some strategy. Like, they're getting good at it. But you told me recently that, like, they've been losing, but they've been holding their own against high school teams.
Yes. Their first tournament was not an official tournament. It was more of a scrimmage.
Sure.
They actually played 3 high school teams.
Yeah.
And the way, of course, volleyball works, if you don't know, they're in a game, there are sets. And if you win 2 sets, you win the game.
Right.
But you can go to 3 sets.
Right.
And every game they played, they wound up losing the games in that scrimmage, but they won at least 1 set. And these are 13, 14-year-olds playing against 16, 17, almost 18-year-old girls.
Right.
So they are crushers.
Exactly what you said would happen, happened. They went to a tournament. They finally played someone their own age. And they won.
And they won it. And their coach is pretty confident that she's going to bump them up to the 15 group, 15
for
age
the
group.
next set of tournaments.
We've got a tournament here in 2 weeks, but I think that one's kind of set in stone.
Gotcha.
But
after that,
she might bump them up into the 15s because she wants to push them a little bit.
No good comes from just dominating all the time.
Yeah, I mean, they were close games, but the girls, whenever they get under pressure, they really can fight back, which is what she noticed with them. So yeah, I did that. I took off Monday, and I hung out with my dog and did some stuff around the house. And
did everyone else had school and work?
Yeah.
So this was a solo day? Those are my favorite.
Yeah, it felt like I had a whole entire weekend in one day.
Right.
And I did a Zwift ride. So I'll talk more about the Zwift ride I did in the show.
Sick.
So talking about the show, I want to talk about the 2 upcoming shows that are coming out on Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
And what did you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Playdate.
Ooh, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's the little video game thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Welcome back to Lunchtime Tech Talk. I'm Chad.
And I'm Mike. Do you want to talk about Playdate first?
Yes.
Because when I saw you had this in the show notes, I was like, ooh, I totally forgot about this thing.
So did I. I got an email the other day that said, Playdate update.
Ooh.
And I was like, I'm so glad that I signed up for updates because that was like, I feel like that was like
6 months ago?
At least. I was going to say back in August, but like maybe even before that.
Could have been. It was a long time
I don't know. But I will put a link to that episode in our show notes.
Ah, yes.
So there'll be that. But I was going to try to summarize this, but it's not that long. So I'm just going to read through it again.
All right.
So Playdate is set to ship in 2020. On the hardware front, they've passed a few milestones. They adjusted their circuit board design to pass various RF emissions tests, and they passed. They also re-engineered the crank to be metal on metal, so it's stronger, and it's serviceable with just a hex screwdriver. So that's pretty cool. They've decided instead of just releasing it, they're going to do a developer preview release. So they're going to send out Playdate game consoles.
Yeah, sounds good.
That are completely blank to developers and let them kind of build some games and find bugs, or I guess you can't find bugs in something that doesn't have anything on it, but it won't have any games on it. And so this is, the way they're going to do that is you can sign up to be a developer and pay your money to get a system, a kit, and then they'll have like a drawing, and they'll only, so you put in your credit card information, but you don't actually pay. They'll have a drawing, the people that they draw will get a kit, and they'll charge their credit card. So here was, it says, remember, after this phase, the development phase, there will be no such thing as a development kit for Playdate. Every Playdate is a dev kit. Any Playdate owner can be a developer. So, like, if you buy a Playdate, like, you could make your own games for it, I guess.
Cool.
We'll have more to announce next year about how anyone, even the non-technical, can make a Playdate game. They had kind of a soft release pop-up event thing in Japan, so that some people could get their hands on it and whatever. And there's one, I feel, this made me laugh, but I feel like either this is a poor translation from Japanese to English, or it's someone who's not great with English trying to say words. But one of the like executives said he really liked the display, and it looks more like e-ink instead of LCD, and the compact size is the Japanese favorite. A visitor even said the A-B buttons made me want to lick it. So I don't know if that's bad translation, bad English, or if they liked it so much they wanted to lick it.
I'm going to go with the second, because that's kind of a big compliment.
Yeah.
If you like it so much you want to lick it, you're pretty dedicated to it.
Yep. So they're planning to open full orders once the Playdate developer preview cycle is complete, which they don't say how long that's going to be. They will allow pre-ordering at some point. They will not charge cards until they ship it. And then but they're not going to do a sold out thing. So they're just going to set up back orders and have production going continuously.
Yeah.
And they'll send out as they can.
Cool.
So they had a postscript to this whole thing. So Panic is the company behind Playdate. They say, we've been around for over 20 years, and that's quite a while, and we hope to stick around quite a while longer. We're a medium-sized crew of 25 people, 5 on Playdate. For most of our existence, we've made Mac software, but a few years ago, to try new things, we published a video game called Firewatch and started work on Playdate. Most recently, we published another video game called Untitled Goose Game. That was really fun. Nice to meet you. So, that's Playdate.
Yeah.
And
so it sounds like they're on track.
Yeah.
It's not just another idea lost in the wilderness. They're actually
and
going forward, making progress.
Here's their production facility in Japan. Like, they're creating a stockpile of them currently. And if you recall, the way that this system's going to work is it's a subscription-based model. But, like, every month or every quarter or however often they decide to release, they're going to release a season of games.
Yeah.
And so you might get 10 or 15 new games on release date. And they said that's going to be the cool thing. It's like, okay, you wake up and there's this excitement because what did I get?
Yeah, new games.
And it's like, I mean, I'm sure you'll have to run an update, but like, it's there.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is nice.
So, anyway, I don't remember if we knew how much this thing was going to cost, but this update didn't mention cost.
I'm sure we'll find out in 2020.
I'm sure we will. Hey, it is 2020. But this was the December 2019 update. Oh. So, they posted that online, and then they didn't send out the email until January. So it was a little backdated, but
very nice.
I thought that was exciting.
Yeah, it's a good update from Playdate.
Yeah.
So Apple TV Plus has a couple of shows coming out, which I'm excited about because right now there is a lull in Apple TV Plus. There are no new shows.
Right, because all the seasons ended.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm. There's a few things out there that I haven't watched, but some of it I'm just not interested in. But they've got one called Little America coming out on January 17th, and it is about people who come over to America to live here from other countries.
Oh.
And it's
why is it little?
It's supposed to be stories, real stories based off of the individuals. I don't know if it's like a documentary.
Oh, like the little people?
No, they're not actually little.
No, I know that. But like, what am I trying to say? Like,
to me, it looked like they were
like
in small towns.
You have big business, but then you've got like the little guy.
Yeah, maybe.
Who like makes up America.
That could be what they're going at. Because it looked like a lot of it, from what I could tell. I didn't really pay much attention in the trailer for this one because I wasn't super interested in it, but I am going to watch it. It looked like it was like people that come over small townish.
Gotcha.
But that's starting January 17th. The one that I saw that starts on February 7th is called Mystic Quest Raven's Banquet.
Hold on. Does everything for Apple TV release on Fridays?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, so you know, hey, I got something to watch on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this Mystic Quest, I saw a picture for it, and the way that the picture is like the screenshot for the actual like advertisement. To me it looked like it was going to be like some type of a Mythbusters thing, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be interested in this. But it's actually a 30-minute comedy show.
Oh.
And it's based off of this video game development company, and it looks like it's going to be kind of quirky. The person who runs the company is, I don't know if he's like smart dumb or what, but he basically made a video game that stars himself, and so he wants to do everything for it. And
I recognize some of these people.
Yeah, and the trailer sold me on it. I was like, oh, this will be kind of fun. I was a little disappointed when I heard that it was only 30 minutes since it's once a week.
Sure.
I don't know if they'll release it like Dickinson or if they'll release it like C. With Dickinson, they released like 8 episodes, and then they had 2 other ones after that released on Fridays.
Oh, okay.
But with C, it was just 1 episode every week. So
yeah.
I don't know. This will be the first 30-minute show. All the other ones have been between 45 minutes and a little over an hour.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's the Apple Plus TV or Apple TV Plus service, the 2 shows that are coming out in January and February that I saw. There might be more stuff coming out, but I didn't see anything else.
So this says the trailer teases a chaotic workplace comedy. So like, I kind of feel like it might be trying to be a little bit like The Office.
Maybe. I don't know that they break the fourth wall.
But then there's also this guy, Danny Pudi, was in Community. Did you ever watch that show?
A couple.
He was Abed of Troy and Abed. He's funny.
Yeah.
So that'll, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
That might be good then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. February 7th. I'm looking forward to that one. Watch Little America on January 17th. I wanted to give you kind of an update on the Tour de Zwift. Remember last episode? We were wondering how they were going to do the event module.
Yes.
Like how that was going to work.
Ooh.
It's really cool.
So today is Tuesday the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow is my last day to ride the first stage.
Just first stage, yes.
It's like, what is that word?
It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
So what's really cool about it is it's in the event module, but you can sign up completely out of the event module, and you can go through and.
So that's new.
You have we talked about the 2 distances, long, short, and then you have a woman's one. I was a little surprised that the women's.
By the way, you can also be a woman and ride in the longer than short. Like, you don't have to ride in the women's.
I was surprised that typically whenever they've done 2 distances and then a women's only one, it's been the same distance as the short distance.
Agreed.
And it's just basically if you only want to ride with women, then you have that option.
Right.
This year, at least on stage 1, it was shorter. So you had like I can't remember how many. I don't know how many kilometers.
Just make it up.
60, 30, and then 20.
Okay.
So it was significantly different, but they have a race option. And the race option is even different distance. And that's what I chose to do because I'm wanting
That makes me happy because you get in there and part of the group. So it frustrates me on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whatever, if you want to get in there and ride super hard, like, that's fine. I get so sick of the people who are in there, which I'm in there usually riding slow too, but I get so sick of the people who are in there going, hey everyone, slow down, group up, this is supposed to be fun, what are you doing? Like, let them have their ride, you have your ride, like, chill.
Yeah, so on a group ride, you can do whatever you want. You could be that dude that says group up, slow down, which, whatever, don't be that dude. Unless you're the ride leader of an actual ride.
Right.
Like, don't be
Shut
that
it.
Yeah.
Shut it.
But then you have the race option, which is what I did for stage 1. It is basically a 10-mile race, all along the same course. And this was in London. And, you sign up for your category you want, and you take off like a traditional race.
Nice.
It was pretty fun. I placed somewhere around 39 out of 120.
Hey.
I felt pretty good. I did the typical Zwift race start.
Mm-hmm.
I pushed way hard for like as long as I could, and then I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore, and I dropped way back down.
Right.
So I got way up there, and then I dropped way back. So
I hate how Zwift races start so much. Like, in real life, IRL, you can't just spin up your bike and then take off at 600 watts. Like, you have to roll out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
You don't get...
But this is not real life.
I know.
So, it'd be like if you lived in Zwift world and then went and complained about real life.
But I am effective in real life on a bicycle.
Yeah.
I am garbage racing in Zwift.
Which really surprises me because you're like a sprinty type person when you run. You can sprint.
Yeah. And then that's it. Or I can go for a long time and that's it. I can't sprint and then be expected to
maybe one
ride
day,
at 2.5 watts per kilogram.
Maybe one day they will come out with a race module that has a rolling start.
Where you can't spin up?
It has a rolling start.
That'd be nice.
Because even if you couldn't spin up, let's say you couldn't spin up, people would still smoke you off the line. Because what they would do is they would do the same thing. They would just know that they had to start at 0 until the start thing dropped, and then they would just take off.
What if you had a rolling start? So you know how, like, IndyCar
Pace car
has a pace car?
Mm-hmm.
They have rolling starts.
Yeah.
And then the pace car pulls off, and then everyone guns it,
mm-hmm.
right? But you're all already at, 100 watts
mm-hmm.
or whatever. And, like, it limits you to that. So even if so here's the thing. If you're on a smart trainer and you're being limited to 100 watts, the faster you spin, the less resistance there is.
Mm-hmm.
You're still at 100 watts.
Right.
So really at that point, you're just wasting energy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the rolling start needs to be long enough, maybe a quarter of a mile,
mm-hmm.
that it's to no one's benefit to try to spin up
mm-hmm.
for that long.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And so, yeah, as soon as the pace car moves, everyone's going to stand up and stomp. But I prefer that to getting to build up and have this momentum because you have resistance when you're sitting on the start line on your trainer
mm-hmm.
waiting.
Right.
And then all of a sudden your trainer disappears and you can take off.
Yeah.
Like a bat out of hell. I don't like it, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah.
This has been Chad's Rant.
I just wonder.
Sponsored by Playdate.
I wonder how you really feel. I'm just kind of...
Do you not no.
No,
I wish I would tell you.
I get it.
I don't know.
Here's the thing.
It just makes me mad because I'm not effective at it. And I haven't... You've probably done 20 or 30 races, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I've done like 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so...
Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they do come out with a rolling start. I had heard in the past that they had talked about it. So, at some point they might do a rolling start. But for now, you're stuck with the starting the way that it is.
Yeah.
So, but you can do those 3 types of group rides, or you can do the race. And the scheduling for it is really nice. It's about every 30 minutes that you can pick from.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was going in there and it lets you kind of scroll through where you want to pick. And it's like a little, the wheel that you can just scroll up through the time on like an iPhone or whatever. It's like that. And it was, whenever I was looking at it, now this might not be all the time, but whenever I was looking at it, it was like 10:15, 10:45, 11:20. I mean, it was kind of sporadic, it seemed like, but there was a lot of times that I could go ride.
Nice.
And that was for the group rides or the race.
So I like that too, rather than having to scroll through the event list, trying to find the time that you want.
Yeah, which is really cool. I enjoyed that too, because generally you're, okay, I gotta eliminate this. I gotta say that I don't want, TTs. I don't want Fondos.
Right, because there's so many events now.
There's so many, and I'm hoping, and so I know that they're going to revamp both the Zwift app itself and the iPhone app and Android app the companion app that they've got. I'm hoping that whenever they do that, they make tweaks to the event module.
Yeah.
Because scrolling through that can be kind of a pain.
Well, I've scrolled through it before and accidentally joined a thing while I'm looking for something else. And that's frustrating too.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was really pleased with how many options you had with group rides, racing, and all the times that you could jump in at.
Yeah.
I really, really like that. So, Tour de Zwift, starting off pretty good.
All right. Actually, I don't think I'm going to do the TDZ this year.
Yeah.
So, my setup is upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Your
buddy's up there.
Which, I mean, this is your floor.
Mm-hmm.
It has the bathroom, it has the living room, it has your bedroom.
Yeah.
And literally, my bike is between the recliner and his bedroom wall.
Yeah. Yeah, you should probably pass on it.
I'm gonna pass. I think I'm gonna
Give
pass.
him a little bit of privacy.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to hear the vroom, 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 vroom of the trainer. And then have to smell you at the same time while you're up there sweating.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There will be Tour Watopia. That comes up later in the year.
That's true. That's like an April-ish.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
That's a good one, too.
Although it's a lot of
harder.
Mountain climbing.
Yeah.
So.
It is a lot of mountain climbing.
That is all I had. Do you want to sing us a song, Chad?
Sing us a song.
Get us some crazy tech.
Oh, a crazy tech song.
Oh, yeah.
Every Monday we record a podcast from the front seat of my best friend Chevy Volt. We talk crazy tech and we cover lots of topics from our weekend to the funds that fold.
Sugar Ray?
Yeah!
Yes! Oh my god, I got it. I feel so satisfied.
Because literally I stopped singing and then I just stared at it.
And it's like, you can see the file cabinets opening in my brain.
Blowing the dust off.
Yeah. Music.
Get out of here, mobs.
Music. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was too fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, I haven't heard that song in forever.
I know, right? I don't know how these come to me. They just
pop into your head.
Pop into my brain.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go first.
Fine.
There's of course, CES was last week and everything was just
everything's crazy.
Weird technology. So there's a company out there called Helite Be Safe. And last year, apparently, they came out with a fanny pack that would blow up if you fell down.
So an airbag for your butt?
Yes. So you don't want to break a hip. You just put this fanny pack on.
Oh, that's funny.
So all the old people were walking around with fanny packs on so they wouldn't break their hips. Well, now they've come out with a new deal that's a vest. And you're supposed to wear it whenever you're biking.
Okay.
And it's got 2 sensors. One of these you mount to your bike saddle. post, and then the other one is inside the vest.
Okay.
And basically, the saddle sensor detects shock from the surface of the ride, as well as like its proximity to the vest sensor.
Okay.
And then it can analyze like the driver's position and speed.
Okay.
And it'll take 60 milliseconds for the sensors to detect that you're falling, and 80 milliseconds for the airbags to inflate. The article that I read said
it's a vest?
Yes.
Not a jacket.
It's a vest.
All right.
The yellow one looks quite a bit like something you'd wear on the lake. That, the ones that blow up whenever you hit the water.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it looks like that. Now, this article that I read from, dang it, forgot the website name, but anyways, the article, said it looked like they wanted to do some Patagonia style look.
Mm-hmm. They didn't hit that mark.
I think they did, but it's, not so much. Hold on. Guess how much.
Oh, price?
Yeah.
This is firmly...
I will let you go US dollars, euros, or whatever the Australian thing is.
Because you have all those right there?
Yeah.
I will go over $200 US.
Well, you are very correct. It is over $200 US.
I will go under $1,200 US. Am I right?
That is a hell of a range.
I'm dialing in.
Yes, okay.
And I will also go over $500 US.
Yes.
But under $800 US.
Yeah.
So it's 618.
No, it's 700.
Even?
Roughly. That's what they say.
Damn.
$700 for your safety inflatable vest.
That's not actually going to do anything. It's a vest. Have you... Okay, so Mike never wrecks. Like, ever.
If I had one of these, I would.
Probably.
Because it would just be fun.
Because you want to use it.
Superman!
No. Here's the thing. You go down on your side, and you flip up your hip, and your shoulder, and your elbow.
Well, Chad.
Your chest and your back are fine.
Listen, this wraps around you.
And protects my love handle?
I think it goes like this. It blows up all around you, and then you put one on your fanny pack, and you got your hips protected, and I'm sure they'll come out. There's that helmet. Remember that helmet that exploded too? That would poof up like an airbag? Did you ever see that?
No, I never saw that one.
It might not be made by a different company, but I'm sure they're compatible if you wear all this blow-up stuff.
This seems silly.
Just turn into a marshmallow. There's no picture of it right here, because I didn't want to take a picture. Because it was just ridiculous.
This seems silly and unnecessary.
You know what it seems
ineffective.
You know what it seems like?
What's it seem like?
It seems like crazy tech.
Wow. That it is, my friend.
It
it is. You know what else is crazy tech?
What's that?
Bellabot by Poodoo Tech.
What a crummy name.
Right? So, this is a Shenzhen-based tech company.
Okay.
That was also at CES.
Yeah.
It's an autonomous food delivery robot. So, it's got the head of a cat.
Oh.
And a body comprised of shelves. And it's capable of delivering up to 10 kilograms of restaurant orders to waiting customers. It will avoid obstacles with a combination of cameras and sensors. It meows as it arrives to encourage customers to collect their order. They can give the robot a scratch behind the ears or a pat on the head as the robot purrs in enjoyment. But if people pay it attention for too long, it gets angry at them for distracting it. It's such a cat. It's such a cat.
It claws at them.
Right.
It brings out like giant claws and just get away.
So it said that their aim here is, like obviously food service industry is hard.
Yeah.
And there's kind of a constant turnover thing, and servers don't get paid enough anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get this thing in the kitchen. Instead of the kitchen putting the orders on a shelf and ringing a bell or whatever, waiting for a server to come get it, they just put it on this cat. The cat takes it out to table 13 or wherever, you know, and then there you go.
So weird. Why do they make them animals?
Because it's the Far East.
Oh. Well, yeah. Oh. So was it Japan? Is that what you said?
It said Shenzhen, which I think is China.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know, Hello Kitty.
They like that stuff?
I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of an anime type deal.
Would you feel awkward petting a robot behind its ears?
No.
No. It's like, nope, I'd do it.
I would.
I'd do it, and I'd do it long enough to piss it off.
Also true.
See what happens.
Have you ever petted a cat and stopped at the appropriate amount of time? No, because you're shocked that the cat's even letting you pet it.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, this is cool. The cat's letting me. Ow!
Yeah.
It bit me.
Yeah.
Or it clawed me. But you always end up clawed or bitten.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Well, we made it to the bells.
Yep.
And you have all been serenaded by the bells while Chad talked about his crazy tech.
That's right.
And I hope you have enjoyed them.
I do too.
Did you have anything else you wanted to tell our awesome podcast listeners?
I don't think so. Other than, find us on the internet. Head over to lunchtimetechtalk.com or youtube.com/lunchtimetechtalk.
Which that changed.
Did it?
Yeah, apparently. Okay, I'm going to sidetrack you.
Yeah, do that.
Apparently, the Podbean did not get something approved for their API through YouTube, and now there is going to be a manual button to, I guess, distribute this to YouTube, which is what I asked for.
You were doing it manually anyway.
Yeah, I was asking for that anyways. So
at least there's a button now.
Thanks, Podbean, for whatever didn't happen right.
For being a crummy host site. Just kidding. We love you.
Other than the YouTube thing, they've been pretty decent.
They really have. We have a nice little button for them on our webpage. So you can click on that, pop over there, and scroll through all our episodes and listen and all that good stuff. You can find us on patreon.com/lunchtimetechtalk. Anything new there with the new year? No,
because I've been lazy and I haven't published that.
Oh, that's not even how I meant it. But,
one thing.
You know, just API or anything like that. Being weird.
No.
I think that's all the places. Oh, yeah. Facebook and Instagram at Lunchtime Tech Talk. Twitter at Lunchtime Tech T1. You can find me on Twitter at MSUMac. That's MSUMACC. I had turned on notifications for Instagram and turned on notifications for Facebook, and I did it for a whole week, and I hate them both, so I turned notifications back off, and I literally haven't checked them, because I was thinking as I was walking over to grab you to come out to record, hey, I haven't done Mike's sit-up thing in a while. Why did I stop doing that? And then I realized, it's because I'm not getting notifications, and I just don't like those two platforms, so I don't go there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can find me on Twitter.
Mike, where are you at?
At run_bike_Mike, and everywhere else at runbikemike. We had a listener ask where my YouTube channel was, because we talked about it. And I would like to apologize because I didn't realize that whenever the podcast gets posted to YouTube, the links don't do anything. It's just text. So if you guys are listening to this on YouTube, any of the links that are in the notes, they don't work inside YouTube.
Head on over to lunchtimetechtalk.com.
Yep. Head on over to our website. Chad posts those notes up there every week, and you can click on any of those links. And if you want to know where my YouTube is, Run Bike Mike.
Run Bike Mike.
All one word on YouTube, and there it is.
All one word, all the time.
On that note,
thanks for sharing your lunch with us.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.